All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving into an executive order that's all about hitting the accelerator on the gears of government. So, what does happen when a president wants to change the rules and wants to do it faster? Well, that's exactly the question we're looking at today with Executive Order 14295, signed on May 9th, 2025. It takes direct aim at the U.S. government's official rulebook to do just that. Okay, so to really get what this is all about, we first have to talk about something called the Federal Register. Now, you can basically think of it as the government's official daily newspaper. Seriously, if a new rule is being proposed or an old one is getting changed, it has to be published here first. All right, so the order we're digging into is Executive Order 14295. And its main goal, well, it's right there in the title: increasing efficiency. So this order basically tells a specific part of the government, the Office of the Federal Register, to modernize and get things moving quicker. But, to really understand the solution they're proposing, we first need to get a handle on the problem they're trying to solve. Okay, let's look at the problem itself, a slow process. Section 1 of the order really lays out what the administration sees as the issue here. The order kicks things off by stating that one of its critical priorities is, and I'm quoting here, freeing Americans from the heavy burden of federal regulations. So right off the bat, you can see the main goal here is deregulation, making it easier to get existing rules off the books. And here's where we get to the heart of their argument. The order claims that these inefficiencies are a major roadblock to that deregulatory agenda, and, as they put it, they waste taxpayer money. They're talking about delays that can stretch for days, sometimes even weeks, just to get something published. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. The order doesn't just talk about time. It talks about cold, hard cash. It actually points to the cost of publishing these rules, somewhere between $151 and $174 per column. So the argument they're making is that this isn't just a slow process, it's an expensive one, and that cost ultimately falls on the taxpayer. Okay, so the problem has been defined. It's too slow and it costs too much. So what's the solution? That brings us to Section 2, which lays out a clear mandate for efficiency. The order gives a really straightforward three-part command to the Archivist of the United States. And just so you know, that's the person in charge of the National Archives, which oversees the Federal Register. They're told to 1, cut down on publication delays, 2, modernize their computer systems, and 3, get rid of any unnecessary bureaucracy. It's a direct order to clean house, basically. But it's not enough to just give an order, right? You have to make sure it actually happens. And that's where reports, fees, and some very tight deadlines come into play. And check this out. This shows just how serious they are about accountability. The order sets up these super tight deadlines. Within just 15 days, they need a report on current publishing times. Then, within 45 days, a review of the fee schedule. And by August 22nd, another report showing the new improved times. All of this goes to the Office of Management and Budget, the OMB, to keep the pressure on. All right, finally, like with any official government document, you've got to read the fine print. Section 3 covers the general provisions, and this is really crucial for understanding the order's actual power and its limits. So here's the bottom line on the fine print. This order doesn't get to override any existing laws. Its implementation depends on whether there's money available for it. And, this is a big one, it doesn't create any new way for you or me to sue the government. It's basically a directive on how to operate within the current system. It's not a new law in and of itself. So, when you strip it all away, what are we really looking at? In essence, this executive order is a super targeted directive. It's laser focused on one thing: streamlining the administrative machinery behind deregulation. It's all about making the process of changing rules faster, more modern, and, according to the administration, less expensive. And that really leaves us with a final, pretty important question to think about. When you speed up the machinery of government, what's the first thing that changes? What are the consequences, both the ones you expect and the ones you don't, when you accelerate the whole process of making and removing rules?